Hey guys, welcome to the first of many behind the scenes of Battle for Space Palace. Throughout this series, we'll dive in and take a look at behind the scenes tidbits of every BFSP episode, both the original and the remake, as they are released, comparing the two and discussing some of the choices I made when translating the original's plot into the remake. For this first installment, we're going to talk about the origins of the series and where the idea came from. Let's get into it. Yes, the origins of the camp. How did the original concept of BFSP come to be? Well, let's make one thing clear right off the bat. BFSP is not the first BFDI camp. There were a handful of BFDI camps before it, but all of them have been wiped from YouTube from their creators. So Battle for Space Palace is the earliest search result you'll find when searching for old BFDI camps. BFSP was actually influenced by another BFDI camp by a user named Joshua Joy Klein, Claudi's recommender, whose camp was really beginning to take off, but sadly was cancelled after 6 challenges.
Welcome to Battle for Dream Island for the second challenge results. I'm your host Speaker Announcer 2.0. Let's get straight to it, shall we?
But seeing how much quality and fun a camp could have made me want to make my own, so at the start of August 2011, I uploaded a signups video for my camp, and, side note, blue font on a blue background was a genius stylistic choice, just saying. I wanted BFSP to stand out from other BFDI camps, so to do so, I made 2 decisions. First, I changed the setting from the usual green grass blue sky setting. Lucky for me, BFDI 20, Gardening Hero, had just been released, which changed the setting of the show to space, and there was a frame with just the space background, which was perfect because all I had access to, editing-wise back then, was MS Paint, PowerPoint 2007, and Windows Movie Maker, so I was limited in what I could do. I also thought it would be cool to expand a one-off setting from the show into a whole season, so this setting of space worked perfectly. The other thing I changed was the contestants. The problem I had was using the 20 pre-established characters was the voters tend not to separate these characters' personalities on the show from how a user would portray them in the camp. Like, for example, a person could sign up as Flower or Snowball and be voted off early because Flower and Snowball are mean. Essentially, you're eliminated from the camp simply for signing up as the main character. On the other hand, signing up as Fiery, Leafy, Rocky, etc. basically guarantees you'll go to the end because they're the most liked characters in the show. It's unfair and it's rather predictable. This trend happens whether the viewers would vote people off or if the players within the camp did. It's why I didn't want to use David either. Again, however, I had a solution: the recommended characters. In BFDI 17, The Reveal, a vote between 30 recommended characters to debut partway through the game took place. This provided me with 29 characters whose screen time totaled a few seconds each of near, pure silence. Blank slates for my camp participants to pour their own personalities into, with no outside influence to sway in elimination. Just what I was looking for. In place of David, I decided to use one of my own recommended characters, though at the time I had only 2, Waluigi and Trousers, so it was pretty clear Trousers was my only choice there. So, as mentioned, the format of the camp was influenced by Joshua Joy Klein's camp. Nothing crazy, just the announcer and some text as the primary visual, the use of an elimination area during Cake at Stake, pretty basic stuff. 2 things I did lift from this camp in particular, however, was the idea to use the announcer's voice in addition to the text on the screen.
Hello and welcome to the BFDI camp known as Battle for Space Palace. I'm your host, the announcer.
I did some digging, and the text-to-speech voice used for the announcer is called Mike. He was created as one of AT&T's experimental natural readers' voices, and while the website the voice originated from is defunct today, you can still find it pretty easily by searching text-to-speech Mike. The other thing I lifted from Joshua Joy Klein's camp was this jingle. I have been asked countless times what the name of this jingle is, and I truthfully have no idea. I have dug around multiple times trying to find the source, only to come up short. All I know is that it was also used in Joshua Joy Klein's camp, and he closed his channel back in 2012, so it seems to be a lost cause. If its source is ever found, I'll let you all know what it is. So, what about the remake? Episode 1 of the remake, believe it or not, was a school project. During my senior year of high school, I had to create a capstone inquiry for my English 4 class, and in doing so, I had to create an animation for my inquiry, which I did over animation. I figured doing BFSP would be an easy go-to option for animation. After all, I've created like 60 of these. And doing a remake that captured the feel of the more limited PowerPoint animation done more smoothly in the Adobe suite, namely Adobe Animate, sounded a lot more doable in my limited time than trying to finish Results 30 for it, which is fully animated. I initially was going to only remake episode 1, but towards the end of making it, I figured continuing it would be a fun idea, so here we are. Okay, well, now that I'm done with school, I'm continuing it at least. That'll do it for this first installment. Next up on the channel is episode 2 of the BFSP Remake, which is 75% complete, and following that will be a behind the scenes video on episode 1 of BFSP, both the original and the remake. If you enjoyed this video, please show me you liked it by giving it a thumbs up, it really helps the growth of the channel. Leave a comment with any feedback you have as well. I want to continue uploading as often as I can, and so I hope to have my next video ready for you all ASAP. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you all next time.